Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a continuation of our UFO set review here on Metabroz. I'm Moldy Potion. This is my bro, Metacracks.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we will be looking at the UFO Frost cards, starting with the commons and then working our way up to the rares. By the way, if you'd like some more MetaZoo content, you can go check out Caster Society here on YouTube. We upload 3 videos every week with them. Link in the description below.
Yes, we do. Also, if you want to support my bro and I and our channel, you can go to patreon.com/Metabroz. With a Z, we've got our merch giveaway coming up, and in the next week or so for you guys, I'll have a t-shirt design that I'm excited to show off. But for now, let's get into the set review and see what we're working with.
Starting with the Beastie Dinosaur Kodiak Dinosaur, 2 per spellbook, contraction cost 1 neutral, 3 frost. Life points 90, gets an additional 30 bonus to the attack if the Raining Terra or Winter Terra.
Yes, I'm so proud of you. You did it.
Well, I decided that it looks almost like an upside down W.
That's what I've been telling people. It looks more like a W. Yep.
Contraction, you may destroy a Terra page in the arena. This beastie has invisible until the end of your next turn. Envelope in Frost is the attack, base damage 60 and inflicting 5 frost. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So it's for 4 drop, you can be hitting for up to 120, inflicting 5 frost, and that first turn you get a chance to hit whoever you want since it is invisible, plus a bonus of knocking out like a Lightning Storm Terra or whatever is annoying you the most about the opponent's Terra setup.
Yeah, and it's actually 2 turns it'll be invisible. It's until the end of your next turn.
That's great.
This is all around a great beastie. Honestly, I mean, I'm pretty sure Luis was playing this in his Frost deck at the tournament, and I had this in my side deck as well. This is just a really, really good page. It does everything. It has 90 LP. Like he said, it swings for up to 120. It inflicts a nice amount with 5 frost. Getting to destroy a Terra too. I mean, that's awesome. You can break the Cosmic Win Con. You could take away that extra 50 damage from the Ketzes in the arena, and then still have an invisible beastie who can do work for you. I actually was swapping this guy out with Jack Frost depending on the game, because I usually use Jack Frost to destroy Terra, but Jack Frost is actually not as big as this beastie right here, and having a big fat dino in the arena that can do work is valuable in itself.
4 cost, 90 life points, similar to Cat's, hits for 120, doesn't have the first striker fleet, but has double invisible basically for a turn or 2, and is inflicting 5 frozen, so you can like lock down and slow down those beasties that you're really threatened by. Yeah, this is cool. I like it a lot. Only 2 per spellbook. I wish you could have 4,
but 2 is still a decent number, and it goes great with the Frozen Rain Orb that we'll look at later when we get up to the rares. It's the Artifact Terror Orb that creates a raining state in the arena. It makes raining active, so you'll up this guy's damage by 30.
Okay. Yep. Flavor text says Alaskan fishermen can look forward to 3 things: fish, the open seas, and the occasional giant dinosaur. The Kodiak dinosaur.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show Deadliest Catch, but it is ridiculous. Like, that's one of those jobs I'm just like, never. Like, I would never want to go out to the Arctic and work on a fishing boat. That sounds like literal hell to me.
Cold, icy hell.
Yeah.
Beastie Dinosaur, the Montrage of Partridge Creek.
Montrage.
Monster of Partridge Creek. I don't know, man. I put monster and partridge together.
That's cool. I keep calling this the Partridge Family Monster because I can't remember the rest of the name.
5 per spellbook, contraction cost 1 neutral and 3 frost, life points 10. Has a trap trait. Has a fleet trait. 20 bonus to the attack of the Mountain Terra or Winter Terra is in play. 4th wall effect, you may only contract this page if a dinosaur-related item is within eyesight. That'll be easy to pull off. Arena effect, if it is an opposing caster's turn, this beastie's maximum LP is 60 before modifiers. Clumsy Charge is the attack, base damage 60 if an opposing caster's turn. If it is an opposing caster's turn, this attack's base damage is 10. So it's flipping the life points in the attack back and forth.
Yep. I like this guy, but honestly, I like the previous Kodiak Dinosaur much more. Much more. This guy's interesting. I like that he's fleet. You know, if you have maximum Terra in the arena, he'll be coming in swinging for 100 with fleet, which is cool. That literally puts him almost on like a Father Sam level, you know, and this is 5 per spellbook. So you have like 5 almost Father Sam's in your Frost spellbook, but you have to have all the Terra active, and then he's going to get super weak when he's doing those attacks. So if the opponent has any way to deal him damage on their turn, when it flips back to your turn, he did. And that's what usually happens, is you bring this guy out, you're like, sweet, I'm swinging big, and then they deal him 10 damage, and when the turn passes, the dinosaur just goes poof. you know.
Yep, that's what it feels like. Flavor text says, this beastie catches unsuspecting prey off guard in the Canadian cold. It lures in hunters by making fresh tracks in the snow.
I do love the beastie design, though.
Yeah, so do I. It's
Kelsey's
awesome.
so good, man.
Yeah, she is. All right, next card, we have the Frost Ring, 3 per spellbook artifact. Contraction cost 1, Frost, life points 50, has a convert. It has a power. What is that power called? Hail Blast. Fatigue this artifact. Target beastie or artifact is dealt 10x damage, where X is the number of frost rings in the arena. That beastie or artifact is also inflicted with frozen X. Okay, so you can have 3 of these, so you'll be dealing up to 30 damage and freezing 3 turns.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is another frog hate, I think. This is another way of dealing, 50 damage to a frog, because frost is strong on water. So if you have 2 frost rings in the arena, you're going to be able to deal 50 damage. It's a power, gets right through magic proof.
And you freeze the frog.
Yeah.
If you can't kill him.
But my first thought when I saw this card was, whoa, strong MTG vibes. This feels, whenever I see ring, like frost ring, soul ring, I was like, whoa, this feels like Magic the Gathering. And even the effect feels like something kind of Magic the Gathering-esque, where you collect these artifacts and you can deal more damage for them. I think this could be cool. I think it's nice. I mean, it's a 1-drop, 50 LP, has convert, can deal direct damage. I think that is going to have some use, especially if we start to see something like, make a token that's a copy of target artifact in the arena.
Or we get more rings, because it just said, oh, no, it is Frost Ring. Mm-hmm. Okay, it had to be this one.
But hey, if you could like Sinister Shadows and Artifact, if they create a card like that
would be badass.
That'd be great.
Flavor text says, a ring once owned by Jack Frost, but has now lost its usefulness to him. But perhaps a caster can give this band a new purpose. Why would it lose its
usefulness to him?
Because he can just bring the snowing.
Yeah, I think because he's just that much of a badass.
Okay, he doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah.
Next card, we have the Beastie Cat, Saber-Tooth Tiger, 8 per spellbook. Contraction cost 1 neutral, 1 frost. Life points 55. Has a trap trait, 25 bonus to the attack if the Snowing Terror is in play, 10 bonus to the life points if the Mountain Terror is in play. Upon contraction, awaken this beastie if you control exactly 1 other Beastie Cat. That's cool. They're kind of bonusing this fleet if you only have 1. So the second one would get that.
Right.
Upon being flipped, if it was a trap, this beastie has first strike in this combat. Which is common with traps. You get that little first strike sometimes. Jugular Tears is the attack. Base damage 20, also inflicting paralyze. All right. Fourth wall effect. If you have seen pronounced canine teeth during this game, this attack deals plus 10 damage. All right. Well, vampire teeth are one of the fourth wall items. So
at this point, we're thinking that will probably work. I haven't gotten a confirmation on that yet. We're still waiting to hear. But I mean, come on. That feels like it would make sense, right? If vampire fangs are a legit fourth wall item, that is large canine teeth.
Yeah, so we're going to be hitting for up to 55 with the bonuses, both the Terra and the vampire teeth, canine teeth.
Yep.
And we're going to have 65 life points for a 2-drop, 8 per spellbook, trap with potential first strike and paralyze. All right.
Yeah.
This is a good card. Yeah, this is a good card. Like a perfect little mid card.
And I compare this a lot to like Rougarou in the dark aura type. It's just solid. Like the stats are good. 55 LP and 25 base attack. No, 20 base attack with paralyze, but it'll be 30 if you're wearing the teeth. That is just good. That is just a really solid 2-drop, especially with 8 per spell book. They'll do a lot of work. In some ways, I like this. I don't want to say better than Ami Cook, but this is an 8 per spellbook version of a cat who would have some fleet, have first strike, have paralyze. I can see this being a moderately good beastie, but Ami Cook is just superior in the end because of the burrow and the first strike when it's defending. But the paralyze here is a big deal. Like if I were up against a fearsome critter spellbook and I was playing Frost, I'm trying to say I would swap my Ami Cooks for these guys because they will be better in certain situations. Because of the paralyze, they'll handle Gumbaroos and fearsome critters a bit better than Ami Cook would. So I see uses for these guys, especially at 8 per spellbook. But
yeah, these are actually the cards that I like to see that I might not put right into a spellbook or build a spellbook around, but this is going to be a great mid card, only costing 2 that does a number of tech things that you could see fitting in somewhere that could really help you out later. Not maybe not now, but more cards like this, the better, especially with Dark.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. And the Awaken this Beastie, if you control exactly one other Beastie Cat, I really like that because that actually gets around first anniversary and things that would be nullifying traits because it's not giving fleet. It's just awakening the Beastie. I always like when effects are worded like that, where you're like, ooh, this gets around.
Same.
That FAC.
Flavor text says, thought to be long gone, this Beastie has remained in secret by quickly biting down on all eyewitnesses. It goes for the throat.
Keeps itself clean, though. Look how pristine that fur is.
Oh, yeah, all white. I like it. All right, we have the Trap Springer Beastie Fearsome Critter. 5 per spellbook, contraction cost 1 frost, life points 5, has the trap trait, and some of the silliest art in the game now.
What a goofy little leg monkey.
I love it. 20 bonus to the attack if it is snowing or the snow terror is in play. Arena effect, if you place a face-down trap under this Beastie, awaken this Beastie. When this Beastie declares an attack, all pages contracted that combat cost an additional 1 neutral to contract. Boing is the attack, base damage 20. What do you think of this guy mechanically?
It's more frog hate. It's more frog hate. I think the thing that most people miss is this is a fearsome critter. So this will just play in. Bonus. It's going to play in more to those fearsome critter decks. It is really weak and doesn't seem like it can do much, but I like the idea that if you place a face down trap page under the Beastie, you can awaken it. That's kind of like another way to lightning in a bottle him and use him. But I really just think this is more frog hate because when he declares an attack, any page is contracted, that combat costs an additional 1 neutral, which means Smoky Spirits would cost an additional neutral page to contract it.
This is frog hate.
Yep. And if it's snowing, he's going to swing for enough to kill a frog because frost deals an extra 20 damage to water. Yeah, so yet again, we have a frog hate page here.
All right, that's what it is. That makes perfect sense.
We'll see what other uses it has. I could see anything that has an ability to wake itself up on a trigger, I think is worth paying attention to. I could see that being cool.
His little boing isn't much, though.
No, his boing really isn't very much.
It could be up to 40 with the snowing.
Okay. But I'm not excited about it.
Yeah, we'll see. Frog hate
he's
for
cute,
sure.
though.
Yep. Oh, he's adorable. I love him.
And he's mad. Look how he's like...
the angle of his eyes.
Yeah.
And Flatwoods in the back. Oh, that's awesome. Floating among the forest. All right. Flavor text here says, animals make food offerings to this critter in exchange for reliable and springy protection from the terror of human hunters. It uses its spring-loaded legs to break traps effortlessly. That is such a wacky Beastie. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, next card we have Avalanche. Incredible art, Lily.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness.
So good.
Gorgeous. 3 per spellbook, contraction cost 1 neutral, 3 frost. All non-frost beasties without flying are inflicted with Frozen 1. If Mountain is active, all beasties affected by this spell are dealt 20 damage.
This is kind of like an Earth's Binding for Frost. It's just going to be able to fatigue all those beasties because when something is inflicted with Frozen, it's automatically fatigued. So you can fatigue all the opponent's beasties, deal them 20 damage if Winter's active, is that what it is? If Mountain's active, you can deal them 20 damage. That makes sense with the flavor of the Avalanche.
The mountain.
Yeah, and then you can just score some damage. This is interesting. I mean, this would work with like the Partridge Creek monster, something really aggro, where you're just like, yeah, fatigue all your stuff. I'm going to swing in for maximum damage.
I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Really love the art. Like, this is the coolest Tiz I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's just like doing the dragon thing.
Yep. We've got, Snake back here, coming up and down.
Yep, Sinkhole Sam.
Yep, the burrow snake. Whose hand do you think that is? Is that a Hodag hand?
I think that's probably like a lizard people or something.
It's probably lizard people. Yeah. It looks like a lizard. And Jack Frost surfing the snow, snowboarding.
Walloway crustacean buried as well.
Oh, that's what that is. Yep. And Snow Snake just loving it.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Flavor text here says, Winter's Wrath brings spring sunshine sooner than you might think. As the snow caps begin to melt, look out from above for the avalanche. All right, next card, we have the spell Thunder and Ice. Would you please read this?
Yes. More frog hate, guys. Thunder and Ice, 6 per spellbook, costs 2 frost aura. This spell ignores Magiproof. What do you know? Target beastie is inflicted with Paralyze and Frozen 1. If target beastie is a water beastie, inflict that beastie with 2 frozen instead.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't really like this card very much. I don't think it's all that great. It ignores magic proof, cool, but it inflicts paralyze not automatically. So you still have to flip a coin to see if you succeed on that paralyze. And then it typically will do frozen 1, which is going to wear off at the end of that turn. So this is a pretty dead spell to me at the moment.
It's in the actual art. It is just made to stop Frog 1 turn.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just stopping Frog from using his power.
Spell that stops Frog for a turn.
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't think that I'm going to be using it anytime soon.
MetaZoo is so new, and they're following through with their promise to not ban cards, but to find answers. Now, the amount of answers we got is kind of overwhelming. It's kind of ridiculous. We have so many options to kill frogs now. It's freaking crazy. But I like it. They're doing what they said. So with that, I'm stoked. I appreciate it. And moving forward, I'm going to guess that maybe, I'm assuming a lot here, they're not going to go as intense on killing the hero of our current meta, but who knows? Maybe that will be the meta.
The world's coming for Kets, that's for sure.
Oh my God.
I mean, look, the reason why I'm not excited about this, guys, is because I compare this spell to Hateful Demise, which is the other spell that ignores magic proof.
Hateful's gorgeous.
Hateful Demise cannot be prevented and destroys target beastie.
Bye, Frog.
This one's like,
you got a chance.
Cool.
To get another spell or attack.
Cool. I'm going to kick you in the shin. And
I'm going to pause you.
Pass turn.
Whereas Hateful's just like,
yeah,
you're going.
Yeah.
When used correctly, combo attacks with different aura spells can be extremely dangerous for any talented wielder of magic to deal with. Or when the entire world has decided we're going to frogs. Lubbock Lights is not today. That's tomorrow. All right, guys, we're going up to the top here. We're going to get the last few Frost pages, and then we will continue shooting these set review videos for you. We're almost at the end
there. Yeah.
And then we'll probably start doing the spoilers for Seance. Okay, here we go. We have the Frozen Rain Orb, Artifact Terra Orb, 2 per spellbook, contraction cost 1, neutral, 0 frost, life points 30. Has the Trap trait, the Convert trait, and the Self-Destruct trait. If destroyed, until the end of the active caster's next turn,
Raining
is active, target beastie or caster loses 20 LP. Okay. Yep. That's just we're getting it. I like that they're doing this. These are just giving these like little turns and avenues that you can switch up your deck. Not even rely on Terra, but have it there for you when you need it the most, and get a little bonus of drawing some life points from the beastie or caster.
Totally. This is also
and the Convert.
I've been saying this to people as well. A lot of people are kind of like, I'm not using the neutrality totality auras. This is supposed to be used along with those neutrality totalities because these things cost 1 neutral, but they generate a frost, or the other one would generate a dark, or you know what I'm saying? These things are meant to be used along with the neutrality totalities to help you get to the colors that you need, and then to give you bonus effects like Terra as well, on top of it.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Moving on, we have the Spell Sparky Slushy.
I love this.
3 per spell book. That's the spring that we just saw. The trap
springer.
Yeah,
on top of the speed demon. Both the frog haters working together.
Contraction cost 1 neutral, 2 frost. For each frost beastie you control, you may inflict paralyze on target beastie. For each lightning beastie you control, you may inflict target beastie with 2 frozen.
Yeah, now this one I like. Now I think this is a great spell.
Very interesting. I mean, the idea of having a bunch of like Frost Omnis burrowed, where I'm just going to get a chance to paralyze your beasties for as many as I have out. Yeah, I'll take that.
On average, Frost decks have 3 or 4 beasties in the arena, like most of the game. That's usually how it goes, because Frost is very beastie heavy. That's how it wins its games, and it's how it keeps itself safe, besides the Icy Path and the spells. There's a lot of beasties involved. So if you have 3 or 4 Frost beasties in the arena, that's 3 or 4 paralyzed triggers for 3 aura. I mean, that's amazing. Even if you have no lightning beasties, just the Frost side of the spell is worth using in the right situation.
Also, if you happen to be playing lightning and you're running hornets, and you splash this in for 3, you're going to freeze 3 of their beasties for a turn. And if you have 3 of these in a spell book, you've got plenty of hornets to do that again and again and again. Yeah.
This is a card that I do think will get some actual play. I think this is really cool. And the more I read it, the more I'm like, I like it.
Flavor Text says, for your own good, we recommend you avoid this yellow snow as well, as we all do. All right, last Frost page in the form of the Beastie Spirit Pamela.
Hell yeah.
4 per spellbook, contraction cost 3, frost, life point 60, has the spirit trait and the flying trait. A wonderful combination there. 10 bonus to the attack if the snow Terra or mountain Terra is in play. Arena effect. While this beastie is awakened, the snowing Terra is active. Cursed Judgment is the attack, base damage 40, a possibility to inflict paralyze, and the 4th wall says if you are playing on a mountain top or at the base of a mountain, this attack inflicts 1 frozen as well. And that would be a pseudo environment, most likely at this point.
Yeah.
But this card I have faced now for many weeks, and she's always an issue, and she always helps my opponent. I have not played with her on my side. I haven't piloted Pam, but anytime she's across from me, it's annoying. You can't hit her. She hits when she wants. She's not hitting for a small amount. For the Terra bonus that she most of the time has, because there's more than one Pam in the arena, and the first one always gets an additional 10, you can easily be hitting for up to 60 consistently while inflicting paralyze with a spirit flyer. So you can target the flyers on the other side and hope for the paralyze, and they can't target you.
Yep. And the 60 LP is a really good number for a spirit. I mean,
for crystals, for anything 50 under, it's so easy.
I really don't have anything bad to say about this page. This gives us a ton of tech rolled up in a card that has good stats. Having the spirit, having the flight. It's so hard to hit this thing unless you have a toxic water or a first anniversary. And to have 4 cards in a spell book that can't be touched unless the opponent has toxic water or first anniversary, and those cards inflicting paralyze and those cards creating your Terra. This is just a really efficient frost page. I'm a huge fan of Pamela, and I think for a 3-drop, this is the effects of a 4 or a 5-drop.
I agree.
And then
with
you're getting them 4 per spell book. So this is a valuable card right here.
I agree with you. And again, we talk about all the time, the 60 life point puts it just out of the reach of a standard spell. You know what I mean? You sure, you can maybe explosion it. Can you do 50 and 10 with explosion on the same beastie?
Yep, but explosion also would have an advantage on this because it's a frost page.
Oh, flame and frost, of course.
Totally.
Yes. All right, flavor text here on Pam states, this great mountain protector brings a cold wrath to those that fail its judgment. Take caution when scaling the summit of Mount Katahdin, and be sure to bring a jacket. Actually, you don't want to wear a jacket when it's cold, guys. You want to keep your Adibus Brown fat, so that way you don't need a jacket. So if your kids say they don't want to wear a jacket,
wear a jacket.
Don't take my advice on your kids. Anyway, guys, if you made it this far, we're going to keep this video short because we're going to stop and go right into the next set. Like we said, we're trying to get this review done so we can get back to gaming.
Yeah.
And we're getting games in between, and we've got more game content coming. I think we might even have some SoulForge introductory videos rolling out here pretty soon. But anyway, as usual, guys, thank you for watching. We really appreciate all the support. Thanks for all the views, the likes, the comments. And if you're looking for more MetaZoo content, you can check out Caster Society here on YouTube. Link in the description below. We post 3 gameplay videos every week there.
Yes, we do. Or deck tech. We kind of go back and forth gameplay and deck tech.
And sometimes box opening.
Yep. Also, if you really love us and our channel, you can go to patreon.com/Metabroz, like I mentioned to you before, and you can support us there. Sign up for any of the tiers. We got a merch and an art giveaway coming up, and we help you build your spell books. Anyway, guys, we love you. Thanks for watching. We will be back to continue this review soon on another episode of
Metabroz. Later, guys.
Later.